and welcome back to the Breakdown How-To. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to stream to YouTube/YouTube Gaming with OBS, right? OBS right there. This is the most up-to-date version of OBS, so this tutorial should work for quite a while. Now, I'm assuming you've just downloaded OBS here. As you can see here, nothing is set up in this. Scene 1 is all we have. And this is basically what OBS should look like when you first download it. And then we'll be good to go and move forward, right? If you've not downloaded OBS, do it at the first link down below. It's 100% free, so that is awesome. Also, be sure to check out our merchandise store at shop.thebreakdown.xyz. That's going to be the second link down below for awesome tech, gaming, t-shirts, merchandise, things like that. I think you'll really like it. Again, shop.thebreakdown.xyz. But let's go ahead and get OBS set up. So, when you jump in here, you're going to have a black screen. You should have a thing called Scene 1. If you don't, no worries. Just hit the little plus button down here and make a new scene. I'm going to name this one Tutorial Scene. Alright, so go ahead and click OK there. Now I'm going to show you how to add just a screen capture of your desktop. Doing that's pretty easy. Just click the plus button right here and then come down here to where it says Display Capture. When you click on that, you can name it, just say like Display Capture. I'm just going to leave it Display Capture. Click OK, and now you can select which display you want. Either this one with OBS on it, or my second display, which has music and stuff like that up on it. But we're just going to switch over here right now to this, which is our primary display. And then go ahead and click OK, right like that. Now we are basically kind of set up here, except you can see one problem. This is a 4K monitor we're on, and this is trying to output a 4K video, which is fine, but I don't know about you, I want to see the entire screen. So to do that, just simply click up here on this little red dot and scale down, and then eventually we'll get to where we can see the entire screen, right like that. Put it over in the corner, it should lock, and then now we can zoom it back out, and there we go. Now we can see the entire screen here. See everything that's going on in OBS, and yeah, works pretty freaking awesomely, if you ask me. So, now, come back down here to the bottom, right? And when you're down here, you want to go ahead and, let's say, add a webcam, right? So you want to add a webcam down into the lower right-hand corner. Click the plus button right down here, and then scroll down to where you see Video Capture Device. Now, I've got my webcam added here as a video capture device, but I'm going to show you how to do this just so you know. So, go ahead and create new right there, and then click OK. Now here you're going to want to select your webcam. Now obviously mine isn't showing up here. Typically your webcam would actually show up at the top up here, but mine isn't because again it, how do I put this, is already added. I'll show you how to add something that's already added here in a second as well. That's why I did that, but nevertheless, this is how you would do it if you had never added it before. This is also how you're going to add in a capture card, right there. So we've got my Elgato Game Capture. As you can see, it's in use by another application. That's fine, but that is how you add the Elgato in, or a Navier Media, or a Blackmagic, whatever capture card you had. That is how you can add it to OBS. Doing that, then you would obviously just click OK, and it would add it in. Now, as you can see, I don't have a webcam. The reason, it's already added as a source. So I'm going to delete the one I just created, but let's say you've already added it as a source on another scene, like a different scene, where you're still going to click the plus button. You're still going to go down to Video Capture Device, right? Then you're going to, instead of add create new, you're going to add existing Video Capture Device right there, and then click OK. How you doing? So here's me. Now here's the webcam. You can just drag it down to the bottom. Click up here in the corner again, just like you did on the display back there. Drag it down, and there you go. Simple as that. Now, let's say here you want to add in a game, because sometimes display capture works for games, but sometimes it doesn't. If that's the case, you want to come back down here to the bottom, click the plus. This time, scroll down to Game Capture. That will open up this. Click OK there, and you should be able to capture any full screen application, capture specific windows, yada yada yada, and that should allow you to choose a game, which is great. So awesome stuff there, but I don't have any games open, so we're gonna have that. Now I'm gonna call this video basically completed, right? The video looks pretty good. If you want to add in an image, you click the plus button, you come down to where it says image, and then you add in your image here, right? Click OK, select it on your computer. Let's say we go over here to, boom, let's go ahead and add in the Breakdown logo on this. Looks good to me. Click OK. That's massive. That's what she said. Scroll. Go ahead and click on that logo. Make it smaller. Right like so. And then you can have yourself a watermark in the bottom left of your video. And I know I messed up the display back there. So now, see, I messed this up. So I have to come back here and do what we did earlier. Click and drag it down. Line it up in the corner. And then drag it back out. Right like so. Boom. There we go. So now our video is set up, right? But we still need to worry about audio. Audio is very, very important. So desktop audio, this is just going to be capturing your default speaker that all of your audio is coming out of, right? Let's say it's where your game volume is going to come out of. Let's say you have like a bring Windows error that happens. We all know what I'm talking about there. That's where that's going to come out of as well. That's just capturing your desktop audio. If you want to change that, you can click the little cogwheel here and go in here and change it. But nevertheless, what about our microphone? Well, what we want to do is come over here to our settings, right over here on the side. Click on settings, and it's going to open up this. We then want to go down to audio, and here we'll be able to select our mic. So that's audio device, right? As you can see, the AT2020 is selected. I actually want to select my webcam because the AT2020 is over on XSplit, which is recording all of this. Then, once we've got that, you can add in delays, right? Or not delays, I'm sorry. You can add in like a decay meter. You can add in, you know, if you want to capture from a video device and how you want to do that, like audio. You can change it from stereo to mono if you want to. Don't do that. Keep it stereo. Basically, all of this should probably be left the same, except your mic/audio device. I would change that to whichever one you want and make sure that's correct. Once you've done that, you can click apply. Now, we're just going to leave settings up here because we've got our audio set up, we've got our video set up back there, but what about streaming? Well, let's come up here to where it says stream, and then stream type is going to be to streaming services. For service, you're probably going to say Twitch, but we don't want to do Twitch, right? We want to do YouTube Gaming. So click on that, and then you can select the primary or backup YouTube ingest server. I would just suggest leaving that on primary, and then you want to have your stream key here. Well, where do you find your stream key? Well, let's go up here to our YouTube dashboard, right? We all know this is just the standard YouTube dashboard here. Scroll down, and on the left-hand side over here, we should have the channel tab right there. When you click on that, you should have live streaming right there. Actually missed it. My bad. You want to find live streaming here on the side, right? Click on live streaming, and then it'll open up this where you can scroll down to the bottom, and here's your stream name / key. Now, click on it. I'm going to reset mine. Right, so I'm just going to copy that right now so you guys can see my stream key, but you won't be able to stream this channel because I'm going to reset it. But then you can click hide there, and there you go. Now come back over to OBS, and then in XSplit here, or not XSplit, what am I thinking? Sorry, too many programs. In OBS here, you want to next to stream key, paste your stream key. Now I'm going to show you this, it's the same stream key there, and then we're good to go. Go ahead and click apply. And then let's go down to output. So this is where we're going to set up our bitrate, where we're going to set up our quality, all of that stuff, right? So for streaming here, let's go ahead and change our bitrate. I want to stream at right over here, right? By the way, this is linked down below. This is going to be the third link down below. I want to come over here and let's stream at 1080p 60 FPS. So we're going to need a 4500 to 9000 kilobits per second bit rate. Well, guess what? I have 100 upload speed, so that means I can easily do a 9000 bit rate. Most likely, you're not going to have a 100 megabyte upload. If you do, feel free to put 9000 bit rate in there. But most people are going to have no more than 10 megabytes per second upload, which would translate to 10,000 kilobytes per second on bit rate. So with that, you're probably going to want to stream at, you know, a 720p 60 FPS and put in like a 2500 bit rate, so you have a 10 megabyte per second upload. The worse internet connection you have, the lower quality you're going to be able to stream. And if you have a 1 megabyte per second internet connection, you can actually stream at 240p. Be it nobody will be able to see your stream because it'll be so bad quality, but you can do it. So cool stuff there. Now, if we want to come back over here to OBS, we've changed that to a 9000 bit rate. You can change your encoding here. This is going to be more hard drive, like processor based, right? So this is going to be X264. It's going to be more based on your processor, whereas NVENC is going to be based on more of your GPU there. So click that. There we go. Audio bitrate, you should be able to leave that the same at 160. So great stuff there. And now, if you want, you can come here and click Advanced, and this is going to open up a bunch of other stuff, right? If you come in here, you can see CPU usage, how, you know, much do you want to use your CPU. I would recommend just leaving that default. When this downloads. When OBS downloads here, it's looking at all this already, so you don't have to worry about any of this. Typically, you don't need to come to the Advanced tab. All you need to do is change your bitrate, which it actually changed it back when I went into Advanced. But you can do that. Now, output resolution, as you can see, it's 1080p here by default. You can rescale this if you want, right? If you want to, say, scale it down to 720p, you can do that, but that's just going to take more processing power, and I'd recommend just leaving that default. But let's say you want to change your input resolution, right? Let's say you want to do that. You can come down here to video, and then you can actually see where the base resolution is. You could change that to something else if you wanted to, like 720p. I don't want to do that. I want to leave it 1080p. Or you could change your output resolution, right, which is going to be scaled. I would recommend just leaving this the same as your base resolution, but let's say for some reason you're inputting a 4K monitor at 4K up here, right? So you're doing this right here. This is what it's coming in at, but you don't have like a 20 megabyte per second upload speed to stream at 4K. So in that case, you want to do your output resolution at 1080p. But overall, leaving them both at the same resolution, 1080p is my recommendation, is good. Now, for our like output FPS, right? What do we want to do there? Well, 30 is what it's set by default, but I actually want to stream at 60 FPS because that's what my monitor runs, that's what everything else is running, and I've got the upload to support that, so that's good there. Downscale filter, don't worry about that. Go ahead and click apply here, and guys, we're finally ready to go live streaming. Click OK, and starting your stream on OBS is very easy. Just come down here to the bottom right and click on Start Streaming, right? It's then going to start live streaming to YouTube. How do we check that? Well, come over here, come back to our live dashboard where we got our server stream name key there. Scroll up, and there it is. Hi! How you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. Stream has started, right? As you can see here, we're live. Things are happening, moving around. And you can also change your title in here, change your description, change your category, your privacy, all of that. You can change all of that stuff if you want. There's also got some other streaming options in here. If you don't want it to record the stream, you can turn that off. If you don't want it to make it an archive, or you do, you can do that. You can also select what kind of a latency you want, meaning how real time do you want it to be. So there you guys have it. That is basically how to live stream to YouTube/YouTube Gaming with OBS. When you're ready to stop streaming, come down here and click stop streaming. I also want to mention that if you have any dropped frames right here, right at the very bottom, dropped frames, if you have any of those, that means you're streaming at too high of a bit rate. So just lower your bit rate and eventually you should stop dropping frames. Nevertheless, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to go ahead and stop streaming right here. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really does mean the world to me. Thank you guys very much in advance for doing that. My name is Nick. This has been The Breakdown How To, and I'm out, guys. Peace.